Happy Saturday morning, everyone. This is Jenny from Cricklewood Crossing. I'm grateful that you could join with me. I have all the windows open here in my house and the fresh air is coming in and I'm really enjoying it. I look back on my last video and I realised it's been quite a while that I have spent some time with you and I've missed you. So I hope that everyone is doing okay. The world is going a little bit crazy at the moment and with this virus going around, and my heart goes out to everyone, and I just hope everyone tries to keep their spirits uplifted and that they can find peace in your stitching and the other things that you like to do if you do quilting and stuff like that. Well, it's been quite a busy few weeks for me. I'm back at work at the garden nursery. I have my little t-shirt on at the moment, and there's a reason why, and you'll find out at the end of the video, so stay tuned. But I'm back working at the garden nursery and I really love it. It's an open air garden nursery, so I work out in the fresh air all the time, and just being amongst the plants and the flowers and stuff, it really helps me. I have to let you know that, if you follow me on Instagram, I had a little episode that my boss and his wife had been sick with the flu, and I came down with tightness in the chest and everything, and it kind of worried me. And so I went to the Intermountain Healthcare Hospital and they did the tests and everything for the virus, but no, it was just my asthma, and I haven't had asthma I haven't had to use a puffer of my asthma for quite a few years, at least 3 years or more. And so I used that, and as soon as they put me on a ventilator machine, everything cleared up. They did tests on my lungs and there was nothing on my lungs, so they knew that it wasn't the virus, but it's still a very scary time. And so I actually love working in the garden nursery, and it just helps brighten my day. And you know how much I love flowers and my house plants and everything. So, but I'm hoping that everyone else that is going through it, my love and prayers are out with you. Now today, as I go through a few things that I have been doing, I've been mostly working really at the garden nursery, and I also posted yesterday that when I came home I repotted some of my house plants that needed to be repotted, and I also planted some little pretty purple pansies, which are my second favourite flower. Sunflower is my favourite flower, but purple pansies I love. And I planted I had some garden boxes and I planted them along the front on our little bedroom. Well, it's not even a patio really, it's just like a little ledge, and I was there planting up these pansies, and people were walking past and they were waving, and it was just really nice to be able to do that and just enjoy being with my flowers, I guess. Now, the update on my father is doing really well. He hasn't been going anywhere because he's 94, and we worry about, the older ones in the health with this virus going around. Also, Australia at the moment has stopped any foreigners going into the country. If you're Australian, you can go back in, but if you're a foreigner, that you can't, so they've closed some of the borders there. And it's kind of scary because I kind of think if anything happened to my father or anyone that I loved, I could go back and my children could go back, because my children have dual citizenship. So all of them have an American passport and they have an Australian passport. I have the Australian passport. My husband, though, he only has an American passport because he gave up his resident visa when we moved back out here to America. So he wouldn't be able to go back for anything like that. So that would be a difficult time. So I'm just praying and hoping that all those that I love and care about back in Australia are protected and nothing happens to them with this virus. Also, the other day here in Utah, it was about 7:15 in the morning, and it was a Wednesday, and this Wednesday it happened to be that my whole family happened to be off. And so my youngest son doesn't live with us, he lives in his own apartment, and so the two older ones, my husband and I, all had the Wednesday off and we're all sleeping in, but I happened to get up and go to the restroom, come back to bed, and was laying there. Well, our apartment is next to a train track, and I kind of thought, boy, this sounds like a freight train, everything's moving quite a lot, but it wasn't actually. And we don't normally hear the trains as they go past really, a lot with all the windows closed and stuff, but this time everything was shaking. And yes, we had that earthquake here in Utah, which was like 5.7, and we're about over an hour or more away from the epicenter. So I guess that's why we didn't feel it as drastic as those that were up closer to Salt Lake City. So the world is having a difficult time at the moment, and we just need to. I just feel like we just need to keep our spirits up and not fear, because I think sometimes, when we fear things, fear brings stress into the body, and when we stress, then our immune system is weakened, and then we all can be more susceptible to all those diseases that are going around. So try not fear, try to be uplifted, and find peace and love and joy in our stitching and in our families. So at the moment, there's just a few little things that I wanted to talk about. I have been, I've been doing just a little bit of stitching. The only thing that I have been stitching really, and I still even can't show you what I've been stitching, is in my little bag here, but that might give you a little bit of clue what I'm doing. I'm doing my smalls exchange for StitchCon. Now, Barbara and the team at Keepsakes have said that StitchCon at the moment is still going on. So I'm being positive with that, because I had the opportunity to go to Stitch West here in Utah at the end of last year, but I did not make it because of my mum's funeral, and so I'm really excited to go to StitchCon. So I'm being really positive and hoping everything goes through, and the shredded virus is not a threat anymore, so that we all can go, that I can still go to the retreat at StitchCon. I haven't bought my ticket yet. I've been waiting, because I've been waiting to get some points that when I travel back to Australia with Qantas, that they're affiliated with the American Airlines, and I want to join them, and so I might even be able to get my flight free. So I've been waiting to get those points back into my account, so I can decide what I'm going to do with my flight to StitchCon this year. But all I've been doing is actually stitching the smalls exchange, and as you can tell by the bag that I've got my smalls exchange in, you might have a clue that if you're going to StitchCon, this is what my my small exchange is about. So I've been stitching on that. So that's the only thing I've been stitching on really, because I have been busy at work and I have been busy creating other things. Now, Barbara from Keepsake had mentioned that I could bring a few of my little supplies. She really liked them to StitchCon. And so I've been making some things home here since, my hours actually have been cut back to 4 and 5 hours a day. So I've had all the mornings right up until 1 and 2 o'clock to be able to do other things. And so I've been making, and since I'm traveling, I don't really want to take a box, and I am going to go a few days earlier to StitchCon. I've been making needle minders and some of my pins, and bring some of my patterns and maybe a few little bags and stuff like that. But so the ones so that I can fit them in my suitcase really. So I've been coming up with some new needle minder ideas and stuff like that. And I will kind of show you what some of the things that I've bought for that later. And some of the things that I've purchased. Now, just looking on my little thing here, I have bought a few things that were new from like cross-stitching shops and stuff, and I want to show you those. The only two new things, patterns that I have bought in the last couple of months, I guess, is when I went to do a stitching with the stitching group here in Utah. We went to Stitchery Express with Cinda Sawley, and I don't think I've showed you this in my last video, but I'm not sure or not. But I purchased Little House Needleworks, the library. Now, I used to work in a library, and I just have always wanted to get this pattern, and I thought, I'm going to give myself a treat, because I haven't been buying a lot. I've been wanting to stitch from stash this year, but I saw these two, and I thought, I'm just going to purchase them. I really like them. So I purchased the library from Little House Needleworks, and I'm looking forward to starting that one. So that's this one here. You know how crazy I am about my books, and when I used to live in Australia and I worked at the library, I loved working at the library. But I'm still crazy about my books, I have to say. And the next one that I purchased was the Needlework ABCs from Little House Needleworks as well. So this is the one that I purchased here. It came with the threads. So I've got lots of fabric, so I just need to find a piece and start some of these. But I just want to get my smalls exchange for StitchCon out of the road. So if I have anything else that I want to take to StitchCon that needs to be finished up, then I can do that. And that I already know that my small exchange is finished. So I want to get that done, and then I might look at finishing up some other things. I've got to do some finishes. I'm terrible. I'm like this. I love starting things, I love picking out the fabric. I love picking out the floss. And so I have lots of starts, but I need to get some more finishes done. And that's what my goal is this year, the rest of this year. So I'm just going to put these away. So that's what I purchased from Stitchery Express, which is here in Utah. If you want to look it up, Cindy and her crew will mail out across the whole country. But if you're here in Utah, let's support our local needlework shops that might be closing, but they will do deliveries or send out stuff for us in the mail. Let's support our local needlework shops. So I purchased that from Stitchery Express. Now, here in Utah, we do have, and I normally go to the Centre of, what was it called? The Centre of Fine Stitchery. And so I normally purchase my stuff from there, but also we do have Shepherd's Bush. And Shepherd's Bush has everything as well. So there's the three, and I'm very lucky to be able to have three needlework shops pretty close, with an hour's distance from me. So, but the other thing that I do, and I love, and I saw this, and I have to say, I saw this on eBay, and I didn't really look as I was going through it, but I'm still happy that I purchased it, because I just love the scene. And the reason why I love this scene that I purchased, and I don't know if you ever heard of Needlework Treasures. This one's called, that I purchased, was called The Village, but I noticed it was actually printed on, it was printed on it, and then it's got all the floss and everything, but it's a printed one. And what I loved about it, my husband was raised, he was raised in the military, and lived some time in Greece and all over the world. But when his father retired, they retired back in Vermont. And this scene on this little village reminds me of the little country town where he grew up in Vermont, and that's where we got married as well. And it's got the white church and everything like that. And I just loved it. And I thought, I like stitching things that remind me of memories or places that I've been and things like that. So, or, part of what's been part of my life, I guess. And so I really loved this little village one. I've never done a printed one on fabric before, so we'll give it a go and we'll see how it goes. But I really liked it. So I want to show you what it looks like. And I just love the little white church there. There's another one's right there, but I just really liked this little village scene. So that's another thing I purchased off of eBay. Now, the only other things that I have purchased is my daughter and I, we on a Saturday, we love our little little trips, I should say. We say haunts back in Australia. That means like traveling to different sections. But on every Saturday, we normally go to our, we like supporting our local businesses. So we have a place called Wing Shack that we normally go and have lunch together, nearly every Saturday. And then after that, we'll go to our local Deseret Industries, which is kind of like Salvation Army or Goodwill, or it's like a secondhand place. And I just love these places. This Deseret Industries, if you're ever in Utah, you've got to stop by and have a little rummage through the things that they've got. And I always find some of the most amazing things. And a lot of them, honestly, no more than 50 cents, 75 cents, $1, $1.50, $2, or $3. Basically, that's all I ever pay for the stuff that I get. And I picked up quite a few supplies that I can use in finishing. I found some really neat little cross-stitching patterns and some books. And so I'm just going to show you what I purchased with them. The first thing I purchased, and I just love this. I just thought it was really cute. And this little, whoops, I just dropped a whole bunch of stuff. Hold on. There we go. Is that the only thing? Yep. Sorry, I just dropped a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, I've got some people calling me. There we go. So I found this little guy, and he was $1. Look at him. Look at the cute little handle, Santa. And I thought I can find a little tiny cross stitch. I can design one myself, or I can put one there. And he was only $1. How cute is that? I cleaned it all up, wiped it all over, sterilized it all. Isn't it sad that we have to say that in these days? But yeah, I just loved him. I thought he was gorgeous, and I definitely know that I can find something to put on this little bottom half. So that was the first thing. The second thing that I purchased, and I'm going to show you, I hung it up because I had all my needle minders everywhere around the place, and I have been making needle minders to take to StitchCon to sell, and I wanted to keep one sample for myself of everything that I'd made. But I found this little board and it's above my head right here. So it was just like a board. It had messages, just had messages painted on it, and it had a little metal like tin thing, and I had put some of my needle minders. Now some of these new ones here, this is one that these ones here that I've created to bring away with me. I have one from Clays by Kim, some other ones I created, and it was just the perfect little spot right in my in my stitching area, my stitching space, which I have these beautiful windows. I have all my house plants right here, my desk in front of me, my computer, my stitching box, and my needle minders right there, and underneath the desk is where I store all my patterns and my fabric. So living in a little tiny apartment, you know, I try to live very simply, and you don't have a lot of space. So the space that I do have is very organized. So I've taken over this little area here, which would normally be the dining area, is my crafty section, my crafty room, and I can still be out with everyone because just over in this little area over, wait a minute, over there, I'm backwards, that's the kitchen, but over that way is our living room, and that area, we all sit down and just have our dinner right there on the couches, watching something on TV together, and my husband has his computer desk right here, and bedrooms are up the hallway. So it's quite small. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, but it's like 1,200, I think it's 1,200 square feet. And so I love my little space. I keep it organized, I keep it clean, and by only having a little bit of space like that, I feel like I have things a lot more organized and I can live a lot more simply. But that's where I found right there above my head. I purchased that little board. It was $1.50 from my little secondhand shop, and that's where I put my needle minders. Now, I'm not sure. I've been trying to decide, do I want to put a few of my needle minders in my Etsy shop, or do I want to just keep them all for StitchCon? Because I've been making heaps on here on my desk. I have huge amounts that need to be painted. I have probably about 30 of them that I'm painting up right there. And the thing is I have found another new love that I love. That didn't make sense. I found a new love that I love to do in the crafting world. But let me just finish showing you some of the things that I purchased at the DI as well. So these were, whoops, not those. These were like 50 cents each, a packet. Look, you know these little metal hearts? The rusty hearts? I have got, I don't know, 20 and some bigger ones. Now they look really cute, you know, when you're doing some of your finishing. And I got them for like 50 cents, all of them, the big ones and the small ones, all for like 50 cents each. And, oh no, sorry, I'm going to take that back. There was 6 in a packet for 50 cents. So I got 3 packets of these, now I remember, and these 6 for 50 cents for 3. So, I don't know, $5, I got all these metal hearts, and I know that I can find them in my, use them in my, maybe some of the finishings in my mystery boxes, and that's a reminder that my, you've got one more week, next Saturday, my mystery box for, the next mystery box that I have coming out is a patriotic. So if you're interested in that, check my Etsy shop or watch out for me on Instagram, because next Saturday will be my release of my next mystery box, which will be the patriotic. And you know, a lot of the times I find little things like this that I can use in finishing products for that. If you're wondering what my mystery box is about, you can follow some people that have bought the mystery boxes before and see some of the supplies that have come in the mystery boxes. I have had a cottage garden and I've had a Disney one, and the people that have bought them have been very happy with them, which makes me happy as well. So if you're interested in the mystery boxes, I'm still doing them throughout the whole year, and the next one will be released next Saturday, and it'll be a patriotic. Now, the next few things that I found, I'm going to show you these ones first here. You know, I love quilting as well as cross stitch, but I found this really neat. Now, I can't work it out. I think it says cross stitch on it, but I think it's a punch needle, which is the cutest little bird one. It was, how much was it? Oh, this one was actually $2, but have a look at that. How cute is this little bird? Oh, it's adorable. So that was one of the purchases that I found at my DI. So that's another one. And I found all of these books. So this book here was $1. and it was Patriotic Little Quilts. Gave me some ideas for my mystery box. That's coming out next week. But it's the cutest little, oh, sorry, I've got a lamp here and I just smacked my hand on it. But cutest quilts, patriotic quilts. This little book that I paid for $1 for. I love that one. And I found 1, 2, 3 that was from Debbie Mum. You remember Debbie Mum? I'm not even sure if she's still around or not, but she's got some seasonal samplers in quilting, which was, now hang out, now if you're not into quilting, I've still got some cross stitch things coming along, so don't leave me yet. But I found these 3, and these all were 75 cents each, and these samplers were the autumn and winter one from Debbie Mum. Look, they're like nearly brand new. I just loved them. And these were, you know how much I love my snowmen. This one's called Frosty Friends. And then this one was, what was this one? Nature's Christmas, sorry. Trying to work out what it was. But this one's Nature's Christmas. And they're all from Debbie Mum, and they're all just like quilting samplers, and just adorable. So these all I got for 75 cents. Now, the thing that I did find that was cross-stitching, just knocked all my needle miners that I need to paint over, that are just sitting over here on my tile, is this. I just thought this was really cute. Now, this is kind of older, but I just thought, instead of making them into, they said handy hand towels, you can make them just as a long runner and put them above your door or something. And I just thought they were adorable. Have a look at some of these. They're called, oh, these needle miners, I keep on knocking them over. Handy hand towels. But look at some of these. Some of these could be just done. I love this little October one. And August, look at August with the watermelon. So you could use these as just little tiny little ones that you might want to put you know, stick on a metal board, and I just love them. So when I finish with doing the ones that I like, look at this 4th of July one here. That's beautiful. And look at May. I love May. It's got the bee and the sunflower. And I think I only picked that up for, how much did I pick that one up for? 75 cents. So I found this little one, and I just, you know, even though it might be older, I just thought some of the designs were really cute. So after I finish stitching up the ones I want, I'll hand this on into one of my giveaways. The other day, probably about, was it last week or the week before, when my daughter went to them, I found these. And I'm definitely going to give these away. It won't be this video, but it'll be the next video. Because I have a huge book of carousel horses. Okay, the carousels, you know, with the horses. And it's got every design I could possibly want if I ever want to do a carousel horse. But when I was going through, I found these beautiful carousel ones. And I found 3, and I'm going to give them away in giveaways later. Will probably be maybe the next video. But there was one from Teresa Wentzler. Now, everyone loves Teresa. And this was her Dreamscape Carousel. Now, I've wiped all these over and cleaned them all up. They're all like, you know, really great price. But look at that beautiful carousel. If anyone wants this Teresa Wentzler. Now, that will be in one of my giveaways later. Now, I found this one, which was another Teresa, but it was a different Teresa. It's not Teresa's Wentzler, but oh, look at this one too. Whoever put it in the second-hand shop must have loved carousel horses. So that's another one that'll be given away. Now, inside, oh, wait a minute, inside this one, was it this one or one? No, it might have been this one here, the next one. There's this one here that was Carousel Dreams, book 7. I don't know, whoever, oh, Rainy Day. So there's this one with all the carousel horses. Now, inside of this was a complete finished cross stitch, and I don't necessarily want it, so this will be gone with the other carousel ones. Have a look at this. It's beautiful. Probably just might need to be washed and stuff, but it's in really great condition, and someone has stitched that up. So when I give away the 3 carousel pamphlets or patterns, I will be giving away this little cross stitch as well. So keep a little look out in my next coming videos, and that will be one of my giveaways. Also, what I purchased, I'm just going to have to show you these because these are just beautiful. Now, I've never heard of these. These must be, I haven't even looked it up, but so these must be a Utah company called Pine Mountain Designs, and they put them in these little bags. Have a look. I don't know if you guys have seen these before, but this is kind of how I used to do it when I had my quilting business, and I had kits. I used to do them up in all different ways. I find all different ways to do it, but they did them up in these little plastic bags. Oh, excuse me. And this one's called Bits of Love. And what they've done is they've given you everything: the pattern, the fabric, the button, the floss, and it's like a little pillow. And this one looks like it would be fantastic for Valentine's Day. And these are all from a company called Pine Mountain Designs. Now, I haven't looked it up. If you guys want to look it up and find out for yourself that if they're still around, you might be able to purchase some from them. And all of these I got for 50 cents. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. And they're perfect. They're just brand new, never been used. And so I might keep a couple of these, and then I might give away this one in a giveaway soon too. I've got another giveaway coming up at the end of the video, but that's not what you're getting this time. And the other one that I found, which I thought it was so adorable, from the same company, it's got the fabric and everything in it. It's Chicks Rule. Look at that cute little chicken. How cute is that? So that one's going to be mine. I think I might keep that one for myself. And I don't know about this one. I kind of like it. I don't know if I want to keep it or not yet. I haven't decided, but it's called March Mayhem. Look, it's got, I love the colours, the green fabric and the floss. And it's got March Mayhem. So I'm thinking about I might keep a couple of these for when I reach 1,000 subscribers. So if you're new, or you got friends, or you want to share, just get them to subscribe to my channel, and when I hit 1,000, I've got some fantastic things for a giveaway. And the last thing that I actually purchased from the DI, I couldn't leave it there. I just love this little painted old plate. God bless America. Absolutely. Gorgeous little plate that I'm going to put, maybe I can put some pillows, you know, little cushions that I make on it, or I might even just hang it, you know, sit it up on something. But I just love that, and this little plate was only $1.50. So they're the things that I purchased at the DI. Now, like I said, the only other things that I've purchased is supplies for making things. And guys, I have gone crazy, and I'm not going to show you all of them, but I have gone crazy on clay making, or making things with clay. And so I've been making lots of different needle minders and everything with clay. And I purchased yesterday 20 packets of them because they had them out for 30% off. And I just love working with it. I find it really relaxing, just like I do stitching. So one night I might stitch, and the next night I'll sit here and with everyone, and I'll just make some things with clay. It's just really relaxing. So I've really enjoyed it. So, and I bought, you know, some clay supplies and stuff like that. Some really cute needle miters coming your guys' way, either on my Etsy shop or in at StitchCon. So if you're going to StitchCon, you might be able to see some of the things that I've made. Now, the only other two things that I want to do is talk about some giveaways. In this video, or in the last video I should say, I had this to give away. The little Lizzie Kate. Do you remember that I had found this one already made up and purchased it myself for $1 at the DI? Well, I was giving away this little Lizzie Kate, and I will leave a picture of I did the, what's it called? The YouTube random picker. There was 13 people that were interested in this little Lizzie Kate design, and I'll leave a picture at the end of the video of the person who won. But the person who won this is Kim Easman. Congratulations, Kim, you have won the little Lizzie Kate design. And if you want to, because in the comments she mentioned that if she wins it, that she'd really like to do it the way that I had found it done on the little wooden board and everything. So if you want to see that, Kim, just message me and I'll send you a picture of it so you know how to finish it, because you said you'd like to finish it that way. So this is coming your way, Kim. Congratulations, and thank you for everyone who entered this. But at the moment now, I do have, and I've got to find it. Well, what did I do with it? Oh, there it is. I do have another giveaway. But this is going to be kind of like a little bit of a different giveaway. I'm actually going into a collaboration with the place where I work, McCord's, the garden centre. I was talking to my boss, and they have started a YouTube channel as well, a gardening YouTube channel. And you might see me on it sometimes. I don't think I've been on it yet. I think there's only like 5 or 6 videos so far. And my boss who I work for, we call him the plant boss. So you'll see the plant boss on the video. And so in joining together with McCord's where I work, I have a couple of I have one giveaway, not a couple. This is just one for one person. So only one person is going to win what I'm going to show you right now. So what I have donated for this giveaway, for one person only will win it. So if you're interested in being in this giveaway, you know all the rules about what you're supposed to do, and just say that you're interested in the giveaway. Well, don't say the giveaway. I keep on forgetting to say that. You can't say the giveaway, but just say that you're interested in the prizes that I'm going to show you, the prize that I'm going to show you, because all this, like I said, is just one prize. So it's not individual, it's just one prize. And so what we've done, me with Cricklewood Crossing and McCord's Garden Centre here in Provo, Utah, have joined together that what you need to do is you need to be a subscriber to my channel, you need to like the video, and you need to comment that you'd like to be in the draw for this giveaway, this prize, I should say. And also you need to go over, and I'll leave the link below, to McCord's Garden Centre and subscribe to their channel. And so why that I've done this, and this is why the reason I wore my little work shirt today, is this is the gift, the items that are going to be in this one prize. So the very first thing that I'm going to donate with it is called Under the Garden Moon, a folding sewing kit pattern. So that's one of the items that's going to be in the prize giveaway. The next one is going to be, now I purchased this as a PDF when I first got back into cross stitching, and I've never done anything with it, and it's from Jardin Privy. I think it's a Jardin Privy. It's this little chicken one, which is really cute. It's got scissors and thread and chickens and everything. Now I probably won't stitch this. I have paid for this as a PDF, and I just printed it off and put it in a little sleeve. And so this is going to be one of the other designs. And I also, on my half of it, as Cricklewood Crossing, like I said, I've been designing some little needle minders, and this is a little bee one that I designed. It's got buzz, and I designed this little bee and a little flower. So that's my Buzzy Bee needle minder. And the plant boss at McCord's Gardens, like I said, you need to subscribe to their channel as well if you're interested in these prizes. They donated 3 packs of seeds. Now these, and the reason we did seeds and nothing else was it's so easy to mail something like seeds in the mail than it is something like a plant. So all these together will be one prize, and the seed packets that I chose, I got to choose them because I thought, you know, I'm going to choose ones that I know that people that I watch on their Flosstube that they like, is sunflowers, of course, because it's my favourite, and my husband's favourite, marigolds. And they're great to have around your vegetable garden beds. Oh, let me kick that out. Your vegetable garden beds to keep the bugs and insects away. And number 3 is the humble zinnia. So one prize is going to be, so you're going to get the 2 patterns, the chicken and the folding, the folding sewing kit pattern, the chicken pattern, one of my new little Buzzy Bee needle minders, and the 3 packets of seeds. Now this is a perfect opportunity to get out in the garden in fresh air by yourself or those that you love. Now at the garden centre we have been being really careful with everything. We have hand sanitizers everywhere. We wipe everything down, but because it's an open garden nursery, we open up the top when it gets too hot and everything in there, and we have doors and everything open. We have customers that have been calling up, especially our older customers, been calling up phone orders, and they have either been driving in and they're just opening up their trunk, and I'll deliver the plants and everything in the back of their trunk, and then they drive away, or we do delivery. So if you're in our area, that is what's going on at McCord's Garden Nursery at the moment, and we do have quite a few people still coming out into the garden nursery, and some people are just sitting in there in the fresh air and breathing in all that oxygen. And I have to tell you that, I'll be totally honest, that, you know, with my asthma and everything that I've had, every time I go to work I'm breathing a lot more freely than I have been. And so I really recommend you know, getting your gardens ready. Here in Utah, we believe a lot in self-sufficiency and having big gardens, and so a lot of the people are still trying to come and pick up their seeds, and we've sold out of our potatoes, you know, potato starters and our onion starters already. And so people are getting their gardens ready, hoping that by summer that all this will have been blown away and that the virus will no longer be around, and so that if not, that they've got gardens that can help them with their food supply as well. So it's a very, very smart thing to do. So just letting you know that McCord's is now, they have cut back hours. My hours have been cut back, and we have less staff. There's only 3 staff at the moment, instead of, we normally have a whole crew, but there's only the 3 of us. And we're very careful, and we wash our hands all the time and stuff like that. But we're also definitely careful with people coming in or phone orders. And, you know, people just love to sit and look at the flowers. It makes them happy, especially when they're feeling a bit confined in their homes. So this is the giveaway for this video, guys. My 2 patterns, my Buzzy Bee Needle Minder and my 3 seeds. All you have to do is be a subscriber to my channel, subscribe to McCord's Garden Centre. I'll leave the link below, and like the video, and I will pick a winner by my next video. Basically, that's all I've got to talk to you about today. It's getting closer to 12 o'clock, and we are going to support, my daughter and I, our wing shack place. They will deliver it out to our car, and because we love them and they're a family-owned business, we're still going to support them for our lunch, but we're just going to bring it home and eat it, or maybe go to a park and sit in the car and eat it. But that's what we're still going to do. Support it. Try and support your local businesses as much as possible without putting yourself in too much harm. Be safe. Have a wonderful week, and I want to let you know that I'm thinking about you. Enjoy your stitching. Find peace in the things that you love to do, and I will talk to you and see you in the next video. Bye.